What's up, guys? Darren Davis here. A lot of my friends and people on Facebook told me to make another video. So, I decided I was trying to figure out what I wanted it to be about. Started thinking about like my whole last year and the past couple months when I've had the most drastic changes in my life. And, as I was thinking about it, I was recalling great people I've met, just what I've learned and like all the good things that have happened to me. And what I kind of realized is like the way our mind works, obviously we can't remember everything. We remember specific events, but most people tend to hang on to all the negative things. Like even if you want to narrow that down to one day to where you wake up and you stub your toe and it just pisses you off and it just ruins your whole day. So this video is kind of talking about the mindset we have and how much it can affect everything around us, from to what kind of day we're going to have, to the year we're going to have, to who wants to be around us. And what I really think is important is just having a really good mindset of just like what you're going to do for yourself and what society is. And what I mean by that is so many people think money rules the world, sex rules the world, whatever. They have this negative view of society and like everyone's out to get them, or just majority of people are awful. I mean, watch the news. All we have on there is violence and just anything that's bad, because people, it's human nature to pick out what you don't want first. Like it's so much harder to find what you want than what you don't want. I mean, think of picking out a movie, picking out a song. You always see the ones you don't want first, and then you narrow it down to a few you do want, and then you can finally choose which one you want. Well, people are they don't get to that step of choosing what they want in their minds, of looking around. They see all this shitty stuff and just focus on it. And it affects not only their mood and what attracts around them, but it affects people next to them. It affects their friends. It affects their family. If you're in a good mood and you walk up to a group full of negative people and, you know them and you're asking them, what's going on? And they're just kind of like, oh man, I fucking hate my life. It's kind of shitty. Like, it doesn't make you feel good, and if anything, it lowers your mood more. That energy is transferable. I've said this before. If you walk up to one of your friends and you're excited, you're like, oh my god, man, what's going on? That energy goes into them, and they get excited before they even know what's going on. And then you're like, oh, nothing, I was just kidding. They're like, oh, don't do that, man, you got my hopes up. That's what I'm saying. Energy is transferable, and that goes with negative energy too. So if you have a negative mindset, you're going to attract other negative people to be around you, and then you're all going to sit there and dwell in your self-pity, and it's pointless. It's like people need to stop complaining, start focusing on what's positive out there. And I have someone really close to me that does it. I've been trying to make her see, just stop being so negative. Like, you got to let go of the bad days so you can really love the good ones. And I've been trying to get her to realize it. And who I'm talking about is my grandma. I walked into the house when it was snowing the other day. I could tell she was pissed off, and I asked her why. She goes, oh, well, that asshole next door was shoveling out his truck and was throwing it in my driveway. And just let me point out the fact that I've already got my grandma's car out of the driveway, so it wasn't like she was going to get stuck. It wasn't even there. And, I looked over, it wasn't that much snow, and I was like, okay, I don't think he was purposely doing it. No. She was like, no, he just didn't even care. I was like, man, were you in a good mood earlier? She was, I was all right. I was like, you do realize that you being mad at him doesn't affect him whatsoever. Like, you're not going to go over there. You're not talking to him. You're not friends with him. So you being mad at him only hurts yourself. And she kind of like just nodded her head. I was like, the easiest way to give an example of this is, if I'm sure plenty of y'all have grudges against someone, whether it's an ex-girlfriend or just someone who did you wrong. You could be in a good mood. You're at work. All of a sudden you see that person come by, whether they come to your work or just drive by or whatever, boom, you're pissed off just from seeing them. That didn't affect that person whatsoever. It just affected you. I really want people to stop doing this. And really, after watching this, I want you to ask yourself 3 things. One of those is, am I a positive person? If you're not, start thinking about how you can be. Start focusing on the things that you're grateful for in life. Start thinking about what you're going to do with the next year, the good things you're going to do. If what you're doing isn't changing anything for you, you got to do something different. You got to do something that's going to help you in the next year. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. The second thing is the people you're around positive people? Because if they're not, it might explain why you're not positive. that energy is transferable. And what I've noticed, the more I become positive, the more positive people come around me, and the more I have people pushing me to do better and pushing me to, stay in a good mood and telling me, if I'm had something happen to me, oh, dude, it's okay. That's just that one day. That's all that happened. It's not going to keep happening. You're doing great, man. I have all these people that are just really boosting my mood even more. It's kind of like exponential growth. I became positive, attracted more positive people, and now it's even building. And the third thing is, what are you pursuing in life? And like I said in my last video, I really hope it's something you're passionate about. And I just want y'all to create a vision for what it's going to be like when you get there, and wake up every single morning with that vision in mind. Because even if you don't have success at the moment, if you wake up every morning and you're doing something that's working towards that vision, it's a whole lot easier to stay in a positive mindset. And just surround yourself with people who are going to help push you there. I don't know why I had trouble with that sentence. And people who are already there. If you do what they do, say what they say, you'll get what they get. So I'm just going to end with a quote that I really love, and that's, there's little difference in people, but that little difference makes a big difference. The little difference is attitude. The big difference is whether it's positive or negative. And I know this video is a little bit longer. Appreciate y'all for watching, and have a good one.